Way. Another little chub there, guys. He just regurgitated a load of breadcrumbs or ground bait that someone else has evidently been feeding. He's got quite a sort of quite a soft stomach there. Looks like he might be spawned out, so that's probably why he's on the feed. But yeah, no dace yet, but cracking little chub all the same. Afternoon, guys. Andy the Budget Angler here, just out on the little local river. I'm gonna try. So I come out of the weekend. And did a bit of fly fishing down here. It's not a very trouty place, so I was hoping for some silvers, and I got a dace and a little chub, but the wind was really against me, and then the weather closed in, and it just became like these really slopey, slippery banks. There was like water running down them, and I thought, I'm going home. So I've come back, not fly fishing today, but some little micro lures, the tiny little ones. They're sort of, I mean, to call them micro lures is generous. They're microscopic. They're almost like fake maggots, really. I've done them in previous videos. You've seen me catching lots of silvers on them and some perch. But I noticed when I was here at the weekend, the dace were going mad chasing the flies, but never actually took them. They kind of just followed them along, followed in the wake of it, but the flies just didn't really induce them to bite, and really it was sort of jigging them around and trying dries. They just weren't having it. So I'm going to try these little microscopic lures, and it'd be really cool to catch a dace on a lure. That's the challenge today, so fingers crossed we can get one. Hey, we're in finally, about blooming time. Feels like the right fish as well. There you go, guys, look at that lovely chubby little chub, absolutely fantastic. That's actually the first lure caught chub I've ever caught, so a bit of a first there. Very pleased with that. Lovely. Bit of a little chublet there, no dace as of yet, but I'm ever hopeful. Well, guys, look at that, a minnow on a lure. Can you believe that? It's sort of got him in the chin. So he's obviously tried to bite it, and it's caught him in the chin there. Absolutely incredible. How crazy is that? Oh, little chub, back he goes. I've just changed the lure to this little, it's like basically I've chopped down a 50mm paddle tail and put it on a tiny, it's about 1/2 gram jig head. This is, you know, and I'm just fishing it straight through because it's such a light thing to cast. I'm just fishing it straight through on 4-pound mono. Oh, absolutely mad. Is that a trout? No. Another chub, absolutely fantastic. I couldn't get a bite when I was fishing with bait. This is absolutely brilliant. I'll just talk you through the gear I'm using, guys. As ever, it's my little 5.5 foot Capellan Wixom 5. It's 20 quid from Decathlon, and it's a fantastic little rod. I've used it for trotting stuff where if I'm sort of crashing for undergrowth, or when I was travelling light, when I was living in London and I was cycling places, I used to just sling that in the pannier. It's the Shimano AX reel. I don't know if you can still get these. These were 13 quid on Amazon years ago. I've got this and 2 spools. This one's just spooled up with some 4-pound mono. I do keep one with braid that I can use when I'm doing a bit more heavy lure fishing, but yeah, I mean, this, you know, there's a reasonable amount of power in this rod, to be honest, and I'd be happy chucking all sorts of lure sizes on it. I don't know what the weight of it. Oh, there you go, 2 to 10 grams. I mean, a 10-gram lure for me, that's pretty epic. That's pretty massive. So that's what I'm using. Lure wise, I showed you that earlier. It's that little paddle tail, and then what I'll do is I'll show you the tiny little micro lures I was using. Well, that's the little jigs I was using, guys. You can see it's tiny little. They're 15mm soft plastics and like a third of a gram jig head. I'm not going to go into too much detail with them, but what I'll do is put a link in the video at the end to show another video where I talk more in detail of them. But I'm trying to. These are not that cheap, and they're American things, so I'm trying to develop my own at the moment, which I'm working on. So hopefully we'll get some more of those to show you in a bit. And these are fished just under a float, as you would have seen. But I've done some videos before, so if you want to know more about that, then just look at some of my previous videos. I think some of that micro lure fishing for perch was the last video, so just check them out there. But that's what I was using first thing when I started. Oh, another one there, guys. That was just a speculative cast just along the front there. Again, it's regurgitated a load of ground bait and particles and that. I'm not sure what it's been eating or where people are throwing it in, because not many people fish along here because there's all the dogs and kids, and it's just like a really shallow gravelly bit. So I thought it'd be ideal for this lure fishing. But yeah, lovely little chub there. Right, guys, can you see that sort of circular circle patch there? That's like a sort of a hole. That's like it's been sort of scooped out in the middle, and there's a couple of them. There's one over there, one further round, that one in front of me, and then there's one, I don't know if that's coming out. It's about sort of there, and I don't know what they are. I'm not sure if that's like crayfish have dug that out, or if that's some sort of nest that fish spawn in. So I know stickleback build tiny nests, and I've seen like stuff, other creatures making nests in the riverbed, but I wasn't really aware of any coarse fish doing it in this country at all. So perhaps one of you guys might know what they are, but there seems a few of them, and they just seem so random. It's not like a dog or anything sort of wandered along and dug it, because you'd see the tracks and that in the bed, but very strange. So yeah, I don't know if anyone knows what that is. Another one there. I've cast about 20 casts in the same spot, and I had a couple of little knocks. I don't know if it's the same fish or if it's a shoal of them or what, but yeah, they're brilliant fun. They're so feisty, and they're cracking. Look at that, guys, what a cracking little chub. That was just in this little sort of funny little eddy here. I thought there must be a fish hiding under there. Absolutely brilliant. Oh, I really thought that was going to be a dace as well. A tiny little chub. I mean, look at that. How did it get it in his mouth? Absolutely incredible. Brilliant little thing. Right, I'm going to have to call it a day, I think, because he's absolutely chucking it down now. Well, that was a bit of fun, guys. First ever lure caught chub, so I'm really pleased with that. No whoppers, but the first couple were really quite decent, and on the light rod really good fun, and they made a change from the trout. I'm glad this isn't a really trouty area. It's nice to get some chub. So, and I had a better one not far away from here on bait, so I think there's going to be some better chub sport to be had, and new challenges for me to try and target them, which I'm really looking forward to. I think the days were probably optimistic, but because I'd sort of had them roach and rudd from that village pond, then I kind of sort of thought the day to take it. And I think there were fish nipping at it, small fish, but then it could have just been a tiny chub, because there seems to be hundreds of things in here, as you'd expect for like a nice gravelly river like this. Absolutely fantastic. Yeah, so I reckon there's got to be some good roach as well in the deeper holes, and all sorts of stuff. A couple of reports of barbel and everything. So I'm really looking forward to getting to grips with it. Hope you've enjoyed that as much as I've enjoyed making it, despite the weather, although it's been reasonably fine. If you have enjoyed it, please hit that thumbs up. Please give us a sub on YouTube. It doesn't cost you anything. You just got to click subscribe and sign up with your account. Like an email address, and it helps other people find it, and it's kind of like the measure that us YouTubers gauge our success for some strange reason. But yeah, other than that, thanks very much for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers, guys. Fish on.